Carnivore cinnamon rolls. Let's try a bite. Very hot. Let's wait and let them cool. All right, here we go. All right, if you are following along in my book, page 78. And I have a lot of like little things I need to address and talk about regarding this, but we will do that as we go along. First, let's start with 3 cups of shredded mozzarella cheese. I hope I have enough. So this is in water. I have tested this recipe using freshly grated, and I have used what's already pre-grated. Now, mind you, that cheese, hold on. When it's pre-grated, it usually has like a potato starch or some like not ideal ingredients to keep it. It's like an anti-caking so it doesn't all stick together. So it's not ideal. That being said, I do use it because sometimes it's just I need the convenience. So I have tested it with pre-grated and freshly grated, and it all works fine. I just want to take a bite out of this. It looks so good. They also had burrata balls, which are like filled with cream. Okay, this is 12.6, so that's good. I will just use all that. So we're gonna grate this up. I swear there's always crows out back talking to me. So a little kerfuffle going on. Okay, this is just completely falling apart, which I guess is totally fine because you want it shredded. It's just like shredding itself. Okay. I actually haven't had dairy in a week. Over a week. This is delicious. Okay, so we're gonna add this to the bowl and just, excuse me, you're interrupting, they can't hear me. So it's obviously very wet compared to pre-grated, but it still is fine. Let's talk about cream cheese. This has gum in it. So again, look at me, like strike 2, Courtney. But, just use what you like, what you can tolerate, what you can find. I know Whole Foods has a brand. I want to say it's called Nancy's or something. So there are some that don't have gums in them, but do what you can do. So we're going to do 2 ounces of cream cheese, birds, 2 eggs, 1.5 cups of pork panko. So if you look at my pizza recipe in the book, it gives a chicken flour sub for those that don't eat pork. I have made the cinnamon rolls with that and did not love it. I feel like the pork rinds are more like neutrally, like, I don't know. I didn't love it. But you can try it if you don't eat pork, but just know that I don't recommend it. That being said, I bet it could maybe be covered up a little bit more, like the flavor and whatnot, if you were also using a sweetener, which I don't use in this recipe. The time that I wrote this book, I was like 2 years into my journey. I never once during that time had a sweetener. Stevia, monk fruit, allulose, whatever. And I feel like I wanted to keep it very pure for those that are strict carnivore. So I didn't even play around with adding sweeteners. They are not in the book. That being said, if you use them, they will be a great addition to it. And I will be using it today just to test it out because my family, I do use monk fruit. It's monk fruit with allulose. I use that for sometimes, like I like the ice cream in my book as is. My family prefers it with the sweetener. I have used plain allulose, and I don't know if it was like just a coincidence, but my bathroom situation was not amazing. But I don't have any issue with this. I would just be wary, like if you're new and you're still going through sugar cravings and all that, like it's very delicious. I don't want it to be triggering to anybody. So that's why I usually eat these without it because I think they're delicious. And when you don't have, a lot of sweets, they almost do kind of taste sweet. So use this at your own risk. Let me wash my claw. Next up is 2 ounces of cream cheese, softened, but it's fine. 1 ounce exactly. Go me. 2.1. Close enough. And just FYI, this is a twist on fathead dough. So if you have made that in the past when you were keto, it has almond flour. So instead of the almond flour, I'm using pork panko. And I use this dough for my pizza, corn dogs, bagels, and cinnamon rolls. So very versatile. I still needed that. What am I doing? I can't talk and do things at the same time. Okay, focus. Cream cheese. Okay, now we're going to add 2 eggs and then 1.5 cups of pork panko. Okay, we're not packing it in like brown sugar. You just gently pour it into your measuring cup, or you can weigh it. So I'm going to do this first before the eggs. 135 grams. Another thing that I have heard from people. I have seen comments and I've gotten emails that they're like, because we're going to microwave this. There's another thing I got to talk about that too. If you don't have a microwave or don't use a microwave. But they said that when the dough part is happening, that theirs isn't coming together like my dough does. And that it's crumbly and greasy and just kind of weird. And why is it doing that? I don't know. Like, I really don't know. I have tested this out, like I said, with the different kinds of cheeses. I have used different brands of panko. Hold on, 135. Okay. Can't do 2 things at once. So I have tried different things. I don't know why it wouldn't come together. If anybody has any ideas, feel free to put it in the comments. The only thing I can think of, maybe if someone's microwave is hotter, but honestly, like, we're supposed to do this in increments. I have let it go, forgetting to stop, like getting distracted, shocker. And even that was fine. Oh, I almost forgot the eggs. So I really don't know how to troubleshoot that one. I don't know what it could be. So I'm sorry to those of you who have had issues with it. Oh yeah, vanilla. I'm so used to, I literally haven't made these in so long. I'm so used to making it as pizza. So this is a double recipe from my pizza crust. My pizza crust is half of this. Okay, teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, so we're gonna mix this up and then we're gonna microwave for 3 to 4 minutes, stirring at 30-second intervals until all the cheese is melted. If you're doing it on a pot, in a pot on the stove, like, you can definitely do that. I have not tried, but I have had other people report back and said they did it and it was just fine. I did see a comment yesterday where they were like, I did it and the cheese stuck. If I suggested like a double boiler, I always get that word wrong. Double boiler method. I would just do it low and slow, because the whole point really is just for the mozzarella cheese to melt, and then it gets like to be a sticky dough. So I would just do it low and slow. And yeah, I think maybe it was sticking because it was too hot. I don't know. I'll have to do that. I'll have to test it out on the stove. I should probably do that today, but honestly, I don't know if my mental health can handle something not going right today. This looks great. All right, put it in for 330. We'll meet in the middle, and every 30 seconds stop it. Or you can do, if you do the 30 seconds so it stops on its own, but then you might forget like how long you're into this thing. I don't know. So we're just going to do that. Hope for the best. I'm going to show this to you up close. So we have still another minute left. It was very soupy for a while, but now it's starting to be a little bit more sticky. So 1 more minute and this will be a nice little ball of dough that will be pliable and easy to roll up. Okay, so you can see how that kind of came together. You've got a nice ball of dough. Don't burn yourself. But okay, we're going to, let's see, put it on a large piece of parchment paper, and we're going to use our hands to press this out to about 12 by 15 inches. And then we're going to let it cool hot. And then we're going to spread it with some butter and, I almost said Parmesan. What is it? Cinnamon. Oh my gosh. So yeah, careful because it's hot. We're going to let it cool just a little bit, just so it doesn't instantly melt the butter that we're going to put on, but we're going to do half a stick. I use salted butter. But I like salt. So you can use unsalted, because some people find the pork rinds to be salty, but in the book I did put salted butter. So we will do that. We will do 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, plus you're going to use a little bit more when you garnish it afterwards on top of the frosting. If you are going to use sweetener, I would do the butter, the cinnamon, and the sweetener. And I don't even know how much, but I'm just going to do like a nice, like kind of thin layer. I'll sprinkle with the tablespoon so you get a better idea. Okay, so this block is 2 sticks, so I want 1/4 of it, right? Probably should let this cool off a little bit more, but that's okay. We're just gonna roll with it. Okay, don't do as I do. Let your dough cool. So it's actually like gonna be a thin layer of just soft butter instead of the melted pool that I'm gonna have, but that's okay. It all tastes the same, right? So after you bake it, there is a lot of butter and grease that comes out when you let it sit to cool before you do the frosting. It does reabsorb. You can drain it off, but honestly, it absorbs it back in, and I feel like it's delicious, and I want that in there. But that's your call if you feel like you need to drain it. 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. Okay. And you want to make sure you're getting the edges too. We'll go back and get the edges because you want every bite to have this in there. It smells so good. Okay, like I said, I've never done it with the sweetener. I think you want like a nice thin layer, probably more. Oh, geez. Okay, so that's 1 tablespoon and it did half. So I would do 2 tablespoons, but you know what? We'll taste it at the end and see if that's a little too aggressive or not. Or if you have like, I know Swerve makes brown sugar. I've never used that, but that would be a good option too. Okay, we're gonna roll it up starting from the long way. You're just gonna take it like this. This is like very satisfying. Okay, so that about right. Half, and then cut that in half, that in half, and that in half. And then take a round pan, or I'm gonna use a square pan. That's just what I could find. I'm gonna actually cook these in my air fryer too. You wanna bake them. Okay, these are like a little softer than normal. I guess I definitely should have let it cool a bit more. It's okay. We are baking. Where's the temp? 350. We did add the temperature into this one. 350 for about 35 to 40 minutes until the top is golden brown. I'm not gonna air fry them, but I'm gonna do the bake setting on my air fryer because it should work, right? And if it doesn't, then we'll all know together. These don't look very pretty. So while these bake, we will make the frosting. Ooh, that one looks pretty. For the frosting, 4 ounces of cream cheese, which is half a cup, half a stick of butter, which is 1/4 of a cup, and I use salted. Again, that's what I have in the book too, but you can use unsalted, and half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. You can also, yet again, add in some sweetener if you so choose. I guess I'll do it on this round too, and that way I can give you an approximate measurement on how much I would use. 4 ounces, softened, half a stick of butter, 4 tablespoons, 56 grams. Did not know there would be math involved. It would be half a stick. Let's see. 51 grams, close enough. Should I add a little dollop? 54, we're done. Half a teaspoon of vanilla. That's a little bit more, that's okay. That's it, unless you're gonna do a sweetener. Get my arm workout in. Cardio! So 1 teaspoon. It might need 1 more, let's see. Can't forget those are in there. So easily distracted. Okay, I think we're good. I mean, I think it's good without sweetener, but if you're gonna have it sweet, I feel like you need to like go big or go home. So honestly, I feel like it needs 2 of these. So 2 teaspoons. Let's try that out. Really good. Like really good. Okay. I think 2 teaspoons is good. Do it to taste. You may want a little bit more. You may not. want any at all, which is how I usually make it. All right, I will see you when these are baked, and we will frost them, garnish them, taste test them together. Okay, as you can see, there is a lot of butter in there when they come out. But as they sit and rest, it will reabsorb. So it's already reabsorbing all that butter. These ones, I mean, not my best batch. They're a little squishy. So like aesthetic wise, they're a little wonky, but they're going to be totally fine. Yeah, they're like a little flat. That's okay. And then you frost them. Add a little sprinkle of cinnamon if you'd like for the garnish. So don't burn yourself. This is going to be way too hot, but of course I'm going to eat it anyways. All right, let's try it. I'm not going to lie. I think I like the texture a little bit better when it's the pre-grated cheese. It's just a little different. Good though. Hot. Like, comment, subscribe, all the things. I'll see you guys next time. Let me know in the comments what you would like me to make next out of my book. I can't give everything away. Like, some needs to stay exclusive for the book, but I will accept requests and see what I can put out there. Bye.